welcome to Oldham County Television's annual broadcast of the Oldham County Day Parade, presented by Project Guild of LaGrange and sponsored by Insurance Associates Incorporated, Jay and Debbie Hall. I'm Bill Snyder, and again this year I'm joined by my co-host, Miss Ann Brown, who is the former Oldham County Clerk, longtime Project Guild member, and we're all proud to say the 2022 Oldham County End of the Year. Congratulations, Ann.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I found out about a week before it happened, and of course this is a big secret of who's going to be named the Oldham County End of the Year. And I was contacted to do a little video piece that was in the presentation.
Yes, you were.
I think you were a little surprised.
Was I surprised?
Tell us about it.
Absolutely. I tell you what, it was amazing. I had no idea. It was not so deserving, but I really thank everybody and thank the Lord for giving me that honor. But I was excited, and I hope to be a shining example and for all the people in Oldham County and in LaGrange.
I know there were so many people thrilled when they found out that you had been named, because you've been involved with communities through Project Guild, through government, in all sorts of ways that you volunteer.
That's because I'm old, Bill. older than the hills.
Well, anyway, congratulations. We're really proud of you.
Okay. Thank you, Bill. Since our first broadcast in 2012, Oldham County Fiscal Court has brought you this program to share some of our hometown pride and viewers both near and far. We hope you enjoy watching the parade with us, because we get real excited about it, and we want this to be such a blessed and pleasant day. We promise you unique views and information on the units as they pass by, and we'll be joined by a few guests with information on what's going on in Oldham County and that we think you will want to know about.
Oldham County Television is just one way that the Oldham County Fiscal Court keeps you engaged with the community. We invite you to explore Oldham County Fiscal Court's website at oldhamcountyky.gov and save it to your favorites. You'll look at the addresses on the bottom of your screen down here, and it's a hub for just about any information you need to find out about Oldham County. For Oldham County Television programming information, just click on that big OCTV logo on their front page. From there, you can go to our YouTube channel, where you can see today's parade as well as previous years' parades that we've done. Can't believe it's been 8 years, and 10 years ago is when we
And we're still alive, Bill.
Amazing. And most of our original local programming is there as well. If you'd like to see a live view of LaGrange 24/7, click on the courthouse cam link there. You'll be looking at the front of the historic Oldham County Courthouse and the construction project that's going on in the new courthouse, but we'll have more on that later.
Yes, we will. We sure will, Bill.
When we come back from this quick break, we'll be joined by Tour Oldham Director Kim Buckler-Hyde, who has some great things to tell you about new and upcoming attractions in Oldham County. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Good morning, Kim.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Kim.
We've been joined by Kim Buckler, who is the director of Tour Oldham, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what's going on in Oldham County. It's been a pretty active year.
Oh, Lord. It's been an active year since COVID. Everybody would think that everything shuts down during COVID, but it all doubled. Everything doubled during COVID. One of the things that came as a result of COVID in the county was a new program called Hometown Tourist.
Yes.
And tourism put that together because people started having to work from home and having to cancel their vacations. So we wanted them to be able to still get out in the community and do something and be a tourist in their own hometown.
There's two sides of tourism. You've got the hometown crowd.
Yes.
And then bringing people in.
Yes.
Now, bringing people in, you've got something new going with the Lewis and Clark.
Yes, Lewis and Clark Trail with the National Park Service.
Now go into detail about that for us.
Back in the fall, September, October last year, the Lewis and Clark Trail Foundation came to us and said, we want you to develop your own tour for the National Park
So
Service.
they came
Lewis
to
and
you.
Clark. They came to me
Good.
and said, the only thing we ask is that it starts on 42, because obviously Lewis and Clark followed the river.
Sure.
Right.
So we came up with 7 spots. We went to Oldham County Parks and said we'd like for this to be a collaborative project, because normally your local parks wouldn't be tourism, but this was a way that we could work our county parks into tourism and us promote that for visitors to come in, and go to our parks. So we did that with 7 parks, and we got the first sign, which is a brown historic Lewis and Clark National Park Service sign that'll be on 42 at, is that 1793?
Yes.
Right there at Creasy.
Okay. Now where did you get the signs? Did they provide the signs?
They provide the first sign because it's an official program and it's the official sign, and then for every stop after, because they don't know how many stops you're going to have.
Okay.
You have to buy all the signs after.
Oh,
You
okay.
have to, they're reflective brown signs, just normal national park signs.
What an honor.
Yeah, so it was, and we have our bison tour on it. We have Creasy Mahan, we have Schomback Park in Westport, and every stop is an activity for kids. It's for, I believe, 6 to 15 years old.
Okay, now when you say a stop of activities, what activities are you, what do you
Well,
do?
for like Schomback, for example, you're going to learn about how they traveled on the river, what a keel boat was.
Oh.
They're going to learn about birds that they're going to see that would follow the river. They're going to learn about fish, how to identify fish. And there are activities that they'll fill out in this official program that we designed, and then bring it back to one of us on the stops, and they get an actual official badge that'll be a pin. That'll be a Oldham County Lewis and Clark Trail pin.
And you know what, Bill? We might ought to try that.
Yeah, it'd be fun, wouldn't it?
It's awesome. It's awesome. It has, and the good thing for us as tourism, as a county commission, we were able to get them around the entire county. So Briar Hill Park in Crestwood, Westport, Schomback Park, Wendell Moore Park. There's a compass with parks out there. So you get a compass at the parks office.
Great.
And you get a compass reading activity there. And it's an actual activity. It's kind of like a workbook, but it's a newspaper that you fill out and bring back, and you get to keep it. But then you're a junior explorer, and you get a little badge, pin, and everything after it's over. We're so excited about it.
I want to hear about Maples Park, but before that, I want to remind people how to get a hold of you. Go to oldhamcountyky.gov, and you'll be able to click on a link to go to tourism. And what are they going to find on the tourism site?
The tourism website directly is touroldham.com. So you can get there through the county's website, obviously, but it's touroldham.com. You're going to find everything there is to do in the county. You're going to find the county's calendar of events. So we really try hard to keep all the events that are going on in the county on that calendar, because we send all of our media to that calendar.
Well, then, Kim, do you also have a phone number?
We do, 222-0056, 222-0056. And our office is in the Maples Park. We moved there last August. So we have a cottage inside the Maples Park, which is awesome.
Let's talk a little bit more about that park, because it's a really neat thing.
Well, during COVID, it was the first splash pad and spray ground in the county, and it opened during COVID, and then it got shut down a couple days after it opened. So everybody comes out from Louisville, from Middletown and Anchorage schools come out to do the splash pad by the busload. And I kind of help them take care of the park, so the people that work for the city don't have to come every day. You know, they have a huge event barn, a Dennis Dibble barn. that people want to rent out. There's little buildings there that you can rent out for events of 20 or less, so I kind of help those people when they come in. Not to mention the park is gorgeous. If for those that went to Kentucky Farm Fest in 2015, you saw it's a 29-acre park of gorgeousness. I mean, it's green space with old buildings, but you'll see my little white cottage with the flower boxes. It's too cute.
Well,
you gotta come and see.
Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I have been to Kim's office. It is absolutely amazing. Absolutely, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and she was such a gracious host.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So everybody come out. We have, in the office, we have brochures for everybody. We have rack cards for everybody. We have whatever information you need about the county. We're in the park. It's easy in and out. We have events there all the time that we help with as tourism too. So
If you want somebody that knows what's going on in Oldham County, or if you want to come into Oldham County and do some sort of an event, Kim is the person to speak to. So what's that number again?
222-0056.
Give her a call. We'll be back with more coverage after this. Kim, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you,
Thank
Kim.
you all for having me.
It's a plastic bottle.
An empty water bottle.
It's a water bottle.
A empty water bottle.
This isn't empty anything. This is something full of potential.
I guess this is it's a renewable resource.
Nature has a biological metabolism where one thing's waste becomes another thing's food. So if I look at something like a plastic bottle, I don't see waste. I see a nutrient.
This is raw material?
So if this is raw material, people need to start thinking about it that way.
It could come back as a bottle, of course.
We only have to make this virgin material one time, and the rest of it's up to you. We get the bottle back, we'll make this bottle out of recycled content again.
We see everything from clothing to carpets, toys. At Shaw Industries, they take billions of bottles like this, polyester, and they turn it into fibers, into essentially textiles, and by spinning it into threads. And then they use those fibers to weave and tuft carpet. And those can then be, again, recycled. These processes mean we can develop systems to collect all this material because it's valuable. Plastics can be put into continuous reuse.
I'm going to spend a lot of my time in the next couple of years helping to create a system where there's a lot of recycled content material available for people like our company and others to get this material back and use it again.
This is worth something.
So now, I guess I see a lot of possibilities in this bottle.
I really love the idea of endless reuse.
Today, it's a bottle. Tomorrow, it can be something else.
Welcome back. Before the parade gets started, we've been joined by a couple of guests. We have Teresa Bowling with the Main Street program of LaGrange and retired Kentucky State Senator Ernie Harris. Welcome, guys. How are you?
Great.
Good to see you here this morning.
It's great to be here. It's a beautiful day.
Teresa, let's start with you.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about what's happening on Main Street right now.
Wow, I hope you've got a lot of time here.
Well, not much, but fill us in.
But let's start where how they can find you.
Yes, okay. Well, they can find us on Main Street. Yeah, but as far as the Welcome Center is where our program is housed. It's a cute little house between the Railroad Museum and the shops on Main Street, right next to
and as far as the website?
Yeah, I was going to say the website and phone number.
LaGrangeMainStreet.org, and the phone number is 502-269-0126. And we oversee two big things here in LaGrange. One is Farmers Market. Russ Morris is the director of that. He's on our board.
And we have a brand new facility for the Farmers Market.
Brand new facility, yes, beautiful. They're open on Tuesdays from 4 to 7, Saturdays 9 to 1.
Now, what's
They're
on
open
Tuesday?
today.
Wait a minute, what's on Tuesday from 4 to
Farmers
7?
Market, same as Saturday morning.
Okay, so they're doing it on Tuesday.
Yes,
Oh,
Tuesday
what-
evening.
did you all hear that?
And
Yes.
Saturday morning, so
And
we've
Saturday
got
morning.
twice a week now.
Right.
Okay.
And then Alley Loop is also a LaGrange Main Street program, and the Alley Loop is busy right now. As you all know, HGTV came in
Yes,
and did a wonderful kickstart for us and renovated an area in that back alley behind our businesses, now we have muralists coming in, artists coming in. We've got 8 murals being painted there, actually happening today. They're painting. Even
Okay, well
today,
let me ask you a question on that. Now, I know that they had horse trailers and the horse trailers
Yes.
were open during the HGTV.
Yes.
Now, is that still?
It is, yes. We have a vendor there today, actually. Paige Wright with a business called Simply Blessed is in one of our horse trailers. And then we have a station there where you can sign up to volunteer for the Alley Loop and the other horse trailer. And they're both in that Poplar Alley. We like to call it Inspiration Alley because it's just the beginning. We're going to end up having a full mile around our city, a walking tour, and there'll be all kinds of beautiful things to see and interact with along that mile. And so it's just a great opportunity for folks to come out.
So it
and
is going to
enjoy
be a loop
It is going to be a loop.
that kind of
Yes.
starts and ends in the alley.
Yes. You can start and end anywhere you want. It'll actually connect down to the new park, Springs Park, where we have our
Oh, I
splash
didn't
pad
know
for
that.
the kids. We have an amphitheater coming in there, a skate park, 8,000 square foot skate park.
And let's mention
And,
that splash pad again,
yes,
because
we
with
love
the
it,
Oldham
right?
County pool facilities closed,
Yeah, it's a little busy right now.
nice place to go and cool
Yes,
off though.
it is, yes, yeah. You can go there, or the quarry, right? PRP is our quarry that we like to go to and cool off in the water there. But yeah, Splash Pad's been a huge hit. We had a concert down there last night. Had a concert there,
For the grand
a couple
opening, you
weeks
did.
ago.
But now
Yes.
you mentioned about volunteering. What earlier you said about volunteering for
Yes.
the loop. Now what
The Alley Loop is all volunteers. Our program is all volunteers. I'm the only paid staff for the Main Street program. Everybody else.
Well, what
volunteers.
volunteers? What do they do? What do you need? I mean, what?
Oh,
Tell us.
A lot of things. Painting, because our artists, we've set this up, and I want to give a credit out to Heather Hottenroth. She's the director of the Alley Loop program. She and John Stewart, who's an architect here in town with Encompass, and then Heather has an art museum that's opening up very soon called Cheeky Art Museum, and it's the white building with the yellow awning that folks keep asking what's coming in.
Yes.
So Heather's really been busy as a volunteer, pulling all this together to really beautify the alleys. And but yeah, so the volunteer time, we were scraping bricks, the mortar off of the old bricks from the courthouse.
Right.
We've got that project done, and we're using bricks to make to use as pavers in the alley. And so that's something that can be done. And then we set the painting up to where you don't have to be an artist. You can come in and just paint a certain block.
We might could do that, Bill.
I know, it's fun. And then the artists are going to come back at the end and do the detail work. But everybody can get involved in the painting, and all kinds of fun stuff going on.
All right, one more time before I put you up to holding the mic for.
I've never met Ernie before. It's so good to meet you.
Oh, this is good. This is.
I know. Yeah.
How do they get a hold of the website and the phone number again?
Phone number is 502-269-0126. Website is LaGrangeMainStreet.org. And we're on Facebook as well, LaGrange Kentucky Main Street Program on Facebook. We're at 9,600 likes on Facebook, so I am kind of pushing that right now. We'd love to break that 10,000 mark.
Okay.
So everybody
You hear
get on
that?
Facebook
Go in
like
and make
the
that
Main
like.
Street
Get them over
Program page and
10,000.
Get us over 10,000. We would love that.
Well,
Thank you all. Bill,
Teresa,
so good to meet you. And
thank
Tammy,
you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
here
you
today.
very much. Thank
Ernie
you.
is retired now. When did you retire?
I retired 2 years ago from the Kentucky Senate.
Ernie, you've been so influential on so many different projects in Oldham County. The highways, the bridge, Louis Dampier, I think it was one of the times that we were up there, the Louis Dampier Bridge when it opened up.
Right.
And now we're going to get ramps and everything up in there. So,
well, I was very fortunate. The last 12 years I was in the Senate, I was chairman of the Transportation Committee. So I got to influence where money was spent around the state. And one of the greatest needs was the interstates. And that's why we've got money being spent to widen I-71 from LaGrange all the way into the Snyder. We got the new bridge, the Louis Dampier Bridge, and now we're getting, as you said, the ramps to that, which will open up Oldham Reserve to development, which is exactly what we need.
Awesome.
let me ask you this, Ernie. What do you know about a connector between I-71 and I-65? There's been some talk about that. Do you have any knowledge of where that project is?
It's long range. I mean, it's to take the traffic from Nashville heading north around Louisville. It's probably in the 20 to 30 year range. before it'll be done.
Will I see it in my lifetime?
You probably will because you're a young lady, but I know that I won't.
Well, anyway, you were out in the crowd. It was nice to have a chance to catch you and come up and say thank you again for all your years of service to the
Well, you're welcome.
state.
We appreciate your service.
It was a privilege to serve, and now other people are taking over. So thanks, Bill.
Thank you. Thank
Teresa,
you.
nice to meet
Nice
you,
to
and
meet
best
you
of
too.
everything.
Thank you.
Take care.
Yeah.
The
Thanks.
parade is lining up. When we come back, we'll have units for you to see. Don't go anywhere.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back. Before the parade units begin rolling by, Project Guild welcomes this year's parade sponsor and longtime insurance experts, Insurance Associates Incorporated, Jay and Debbie Hall.
Bill, can I speak from personal experience because the Halls have been covering me for many, many years. Since 1970, the Halls have been covering households, businesses, farms, and using a variety of insurers. As independent insurance brokers, they will find the best company to fit your personal needs. They are a family. There's Jay and Debbie, and there's Zach and their daughter Hannah. And they have been, this is the third generation of the Halls. With a staff of 12 employees and offices in LaGrange and Newcastle and Carrollton. And there's a new broker, West Rock. They have you covered better than ever. Call or stop in, and when you go by, be sure that you visit with one of the office pets, and there's several of them. There's Charlie and Champ and Bella and Penny and Snow. And I don't know which one will be there, but one of them will be there to visit, to greet you. You can reach them at 502-222-9558 and to join the family at Insurance Associates.
And I always like to remember who I refer to as the godmother of Oldham County Day, the late Nancy Kress.
That's right, and that started in 1971. Oh my gosh, Bill, 1971. Project Guild member Nancy Kress had an idea to organize a day of activities where family and friends could join together and showcase Oldham County. A day to have fun and beautiful historic downtown LaGrange. And 51 years later, the Project Guild and Oldham County Day is bigger and better than ever. There are booths, live music, contest, and a parade. And of course, this year we are noted as the friendliest, or the
kindest capital of Kentucky.
That's it, the kindest capital of Kentucky.
What happens to the money that's raised in Oldham County? Well, it goes to fund Project Guild's year-round commitment to supporting various community interests throughout Oldham County. The theme for Oldham County Day 2022 is Be Kind, in honor of this year's Grand Marshals, Rylan and Raylan Richens, known as the Be Kind Sisters. They were honored at the annual Grand Marshals Luncheon. Ann was there. How was the luncheon, Ann?
Oh, the luncheon was just fabulous, Bill. We had an overflow crowd, and everybody was there with signs, and they were so excited about the young Richin children. Now,
let's explain a little bit of how they became the Be Kind children.
Yeah,
because you've seen their signs everywhere.
Yeah, and that started about 3 years ago, and all the signs that they make, they turn all the money back into organizations in Oldham County. And they are residents of Oldham County, and because of their efforts and the things that they have done in the past 3 years, we also had HGTV come to LaGrange, Oldham County, and do a special, and that all focused around the Be Kind Sisters. And so we do have a mural in downtown LaGrange, and it has the Be Kind logo, and then it has #1, and when you stand under it, you are the first #1 kindness in Kentucky or in Oldham County. So that is the story of the Be Kind Sisters.
So come over, stand in front of the mural, take a picture with your friends or your family, and send them out there as a token of your visit to the kindness capital of Kentucky. You know, we're coming to you this year from a brand new location. Our old one's gone, isn't it, Annie?
I know it's gone, but you know what? I love this.
We used to have the skybox on the back of the Oldham County Courthouse. But as the project has gone on, of course, that's been taken down. And we'll talk to the judge a little bit later about the project and the status of it.
And you know,
but
Bill,
you can speak to a little bit because you're on that project.
I'm on that project, and I won't go into detail because I want to leave that for Judge to fill everybody in. But maybe eventually we'll be back in the skybox. I'm not sure if there's going to be a skybox up there, but we might be back in there.
Well, we do appreciate the water company providing our stage today. It's a really nice view of the parade that we've got here.
And we're under a tree.
We got shade. The weather's beautiful again.
Yeah.
We get lucky on this every year.
But that's
I don't want to jinx it.
Well, no, but now, Bill, that's one of the things that Project Guild does do. On our meeting before Oldham County Day, we always have the prayer that we have a blessed, blessed day and no problems and sunshine and cool weather.
As we're looking up and down the street, it's starting to fill in quite a bit. You've got a lot of kids.
Yes.
A lot of smiles.
And I'm hoping to see a lot more Be Kind signs too. I see them popping up all around.
So when we return after this break, we'll start to see the parade unit heading down this way. And don't go anywhere. We'll tell you a little bit about those as they come by.
Aren't you excited, Bill?
I am. It's always nice to be back. Stay with us.
My name is Howard Schachter, and I am president of Plasticycle Technologies. 56 billion bottles are generated every year. In the past, only 15, maybe 20% of those bottles have been recycled. We are dedicated to resource recovery. We're not only taking a waste material that is damaging to our landfills across the country, we're also dedicated to returning these materials into useful products in many industries. We receive bottles by truck transport, and they come in and they are what we classify as baled form, compacted into anywhere from 700 to 1,000 pound parcels prepared for us so that we can handle them with forklift equipment. The driver unloads them and takes them directly into a process area that consists of 2 parallel conveyors, and they are broken and then dispersed onto the belts that are part of the conveying system. This process is designed to handle specifically PET bottles, which is short for polyethylene terephthalate plastics. The ultraviolet light detects contaminants within the bottle stream. The contaminated bottles are removed before grinding. The grinder consists of a rotary drum with knives that are spaced properly, and they attack and shred every bottle as it passes through. The bottles are retained into the grinder because we have a screening device within the grinder that takes the bottle shreds down to 1/4 to 3/8 inch. The plastic chips are then delivered to a paper separator. An airflow is continuously moving and enabling the lighter paper particles to separate from the plastic chips. With paper now removed, the chips go forward by conveyor into a water bath. A proprietary soap compound is added to 170-degree water in an effort to remove contaminants, so the chips are now prepared to go forward. The material, contaminant-free, is now moved out with another conveyor, and that moves across into a dewatering station. Any residual soap compound and contaminants are washed from the chip. Stage 1 is just continued cleansing and soap removals. Stage 2 is final rinsing and preparation for drying. Here the PET plastic chips sink to the bottom while the polypropylene caps rise to the top and are skimmed off continuously. Material passes from the rinse baths through a centrifugal heated dryer en route to the cyclone prior to packaging. Chips are now ready for market, and the next time you lace a shoe, don a shirt, pick up a tote bag, or walk on a carpet, there's a good chance that you're using our product. Just as the bottles are being recycled, so is the water that's employed in the process. All the water from every station gets taken out and is continuously cycling through our water recycling system. The use of recycled plastics is another way of reducing global warming and eliminating the cluttering of landfills across the country.
Welcome back, and as we promised, the parade units are just
There
coming
they
in our
are.
view.
Yeah, I know.
It's starting off.
There come some horses.
We have our colors in the front in the front of the parade with the Boy Scouts, and our first unit is to honor the Rowland sisters.
That's right.
Our Grand Marshals.
Our Be Kind sisters.
You know, we ought to put John Black on one of those horses.
Well,
he likes the iron horses.
We got him on there. You think we could get him off? I don't know about that.
Don't give him a chance to ride his Harley.
Hi, girls. Hi, girls. Hi. I hear the South Oldham High School marching band.
A banner for our parade sponsors.
Yes, sir, for the Hall Insurance, or Insurance Associates. I should be more proper. It's Insurance Associates.
Well, now this is fun.
J and Debbie
the
Hall.
bubbles going there?
I don't know, Bill. I can't see them.
I think that's new. That's something I haven't seen before.
Yes, and that's the Be Kind sisters. And yay! They are our Grand Marshals.
The youngest Grand Marshals.
The youngest Grand Marshals we've ever had.
All right, coming up is our first band of
That's
the day.
the South Oldham High School Marching Band.
Yes, ma'am. The South Oldham Marching Band.
Yeah, and there are
the direction of Ryan McAllister and the student direction of drum majors Roman Seth and Caden Hadema.
And they are 7-time KMEA state finalists and 11-time Mid-State Band Association finalists.
Caden, I'm sorry if I butchered your name.
They have twice been named Mid-States Band Association class champion. Hi, girls. Hi, band. And following the band is the Oldham County Sheriff.
Sheriff Steve Sparrow is leaving us this year.
Yes,
He's finally retiring.
He's finally retiring.
And he'll be taking over the Sheriff's Department by Tim Wakefield.
Tim Wakefield, yes, and Tim worked in there for a long time, worked in the county.
There's retiring jailer,
Mike Simpson.
Mike Simpson, thank you. Our first political group of the day, Daniel Cameron, running for governor.
Now that's Harmon.
Followed by Mike Harmon for governor.
We have a lot of political people here today.
Well, it is the season, as they say.
It is the season. There's the Oldham County Police.
I am grateful we're not getting blasted with the horns. Timing's everything, isn't it, Annie?
Absolutely. And I think our next group coming along is going to be Baptist Health, I believe. Hello, police, LaGrange Police.
You know, Annie, I want to give a shout out here to the Oldham County Honor Guard. Usually they're at the front of our parade. They couldn't make it this year. We look forward to seeing them again next year. We hope they're back. But we want to give you a shout out because that's an incredible group.
Yes,
They've
it
put
is.
in so many hours over the years for their precision, their pride. They represent Oldham County so well. And we want to thank you so much for your participation over the years.
Yes, and we love you, and we are looking forward to seeing you back.
Annie, I see a cowboy hat. I think that must belong to County Judge Executive David Vogel.
That's what it looks like to me, Bill. He's standing on the back of a truck with the Be Kind sign. There's the Oldham County Ambulance.
Well, from the ambulance services. We don't want people outside of Oldham County to think that is the ambulance. No.
Oh, that's true.
We do have some excellent medical services here.
There's Mary Lee. There's Judge's wife. There's the judge.
Hello, Judge.
Hello, Judge.
We'll talk to you later.
And this is the North Oldham Little League. Look at the little babies.
Following North Oldham Little League is the Oldham County Schools, representing over 2,000 teachers and staff with an enrollment of 12,000 students. And I know the main thing they want you to know right now is they're hiring.
Oh, absolutely.
They're hiring for bus drivers, and all through the system there's all kinds of different positions.
I have a neighbor that's a bus driver, and she says, we need bus drivers.
Even husband and wife teams, because along with the drivers, they also need people to ride with them. And it makes a great husband and wife retired job. So.
And speaking of that, did you see the sign on the bus? Bus drivers needed.
There you
go. You out there in video land, remember, if you need a job, contact the Oldham County Schools.
And once again, we'll remind you of our main county website, oldhamcountyky.gov. It's on your screen. Look it up and you'll find information on how to get a hold of those folks.
There's Cub Scout Pack 153, and they are always in our parade. They are very, very good about being in our parade.
I see the Kosair Shriners coming up. When we come back, we'll have more parade units. Don't go anywhere.
Reduce, reuse, recycle, in that order. Great things come in small packages, and you can never have enough of a great thing, right? Problem is, that's a lot of packaging. That's why the first step in the 3 R's is to reduce. Luckily, we've got choices. Good things can also come in one big package, using less of our resources now, saving more for later. And that's why reduce comes first in reduce, reuse, recycle. In a close second comes reuse, because that empty container is no one-hit wonder. With a little reinvention, it can live another day, and that's one less new product that needs to be manufactured, meaning one more lick here for everyone, and one more lick here for you. Step 2 can be found nearly everywhere, but it goes by many names. Some know it as rechargeable, others as donatable, and many more as machine washable, making all of these things reusable and, in a way, reducible. But that brings us to the fan favorite, the pretty sister of the 3 R's, recycle. Everyone is chanting your number 1, but they should be chanting your number 3. Don't get me wrong, 3 is still great. Trash can only ranks in at 2,082, just ahead of Feed It to an Infant, so 3 is up there. But there is a reason why there are another 2 in front of it, because the recycling process still uses plenty of resources in itself. But that is to make sure that we aren't turning the Rocky Mountains into landfills, a noble effort, so there's no question about it. But the point to remember is that there are easier paths. So the next time you see one of these on the bottom of one of those, consider all 3 steps in order: reduce, reuse, recycle.
Hi, Kosair! Kosair always graces us with their floats and their entrance in the parade.
I say every year, I don't know anybody that has more fun at a parade than the Shriners.
I don't either. Oh, Bill, look, are they in their little mini cars yet? Have we seen them? You remember we talk about it every year. If we got in them, we couldn't get out. And that's probably true.
Now there's a dune buggy that's been made to look like an old street rod. Gotta have the Auga on.
Yeah, the Auga.
Kosair Shriners have distributed more than $200 million of support since the 1980s, as well as other child care initiatives. The Shriners are continuing the legacy of love and compassion for children that began more than 80 years ago. They're not just having fun in the parade.
No, they're not.
There's a serious side to it, and they have a very good purpose and mission. The charities support over 200 pediatric agencies in the community, research, clinical services, healthcare, and education every year. Today, Kosair Charities is the largest charity for children in the history of Kentucky and southern Indiana. Protecting the health and well-being of children and providing Kosair kids with better tomorrows. Well, now this is different. People in the parade that are filming us.
I was going to say, this is kind of unusual, Bill. I'm not sure, I don't know. Who are the black cars? I have missed out on that one.
I think that's the Oldham County Paranormal Group.
Oh, is that that was the one that I was not sure about.
They were founded to research paranormal activity in and around Oldham County and abroad. Shannon Humphreys founded the group and named it after her family, the Oldhams, part of the Oldham family. They've investigated over 100 locations and are featured on Amazon, excuse me, easy to say, Amazon Prime and Paraflix. Annie, we have our second band of the day there, the Oldham County Marching High School Band.
There's over 100 high school students in this band, Bill, and all the band students are at Oldham County High School, are enrolled in one of 3 performance classes.
Oldham County High School Band offers opportunities for students to perform in concert band, percussion, ensemble, jazz, pep band, small ensembles, and marching band, of course. And we'll let you listen to a little bit of that as they pass by.
Yes. They are the Colonels.
Well done. Just look at all those band members.
And the perfect song, America. Amen.
Well, Annie, you know we've got a house full of dogs.
Yes, I know you do.
Coming into sight now is the Feeders Pet Supply Group.
There's Public Works. And there is Mayor John Black.
With Mayor Black, it's a good time to mention that we really appreciate all the city does to help us out for this broadcast.
Absolutely, and providing us the city of LaGrange to have all this in. Now we have the Living Treasures, the History Center Living Treasures.
Tell us a little bit about the Living Treasures.
The Living Treasures are people that are nominated and are picked to showcase Oldham County in the younger years and in the older years. And there's a big group of them.
I see Wendell Moore.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And I see Nancy Tice. Look at the farm all tractor, Bill.
Love these old tractors.
Yeah, that's what you need on your little farm.
Here we come with the fire departments. Leading the way is the Pee Wee Valley Fire Department.
And then we have the Ballardsville Fire Department. And then the South Oldham Fire Department.
Kids love fire trucks.
So do I. I just don't like, sometimes I don't like the noise, but there's Ballardsville.
I've always found it interesting how each department has their own color scheme on the equipment. Oh, and they're throwing candy. Fire trucks and candy.
It's your fire trucks and candy.
The Ballardsville Fire Department knows how to get to the kids, don't they?
They do. They're really on top of that one, aren't they, Bill?
Yes,
that's Ballardsville. Okay.
There's the South Oldham Fire and Rescue Squad. And the big ladder truck from the LaGrange Fire Rescue.
You know, Bill, I believe we have more fire trucks this year than we have ever had.
We've got more of everything this year, Annie.
Honestly.
Tell the folks about the parade registration.
Yes, we had to stop the registration because we got to a point where we couldn't do it. We couldn't, they were full, we were full.
Well, our excellent parade spotters are telling us that the Oldham County Middle School dance team and the Oldham County Middle cheerleading teams are here. I see somebody up on the fire.
I think that's the cheerleaders. I believe that's the cheerleaders that are up there. And I believe that's the dance team.
giving us a cheer as they come by.
Yes, they are. Bill, they're coached by Elizabeth Harper and Kenya Arnold, and also with the help from Jessica Garvin and Kennedy Abernathy.
And they're on top of the fire truck from Harrods Creek Fire Department, which is a retro truck.
Yeah. And there's
I don't know what year that is, but that's certainly not a new one.
No, it is. And there's the Fritz Freeze ice cream. And
How
I think,
much fun is that?
yeah.
Wait a minute. Somebody should have arranged for us to have a delivery on that, shouldn't they?
Oh my goodness, here is a group of red. This is the Keep Judge Goodwin group. Judge Doreen Goodwin has been the 12th Judicial Family Court judge for the past 6 years. Prior to taking the bench, she practiced law in our community for 25 years. Judge Goodwin is endorsed by many of her peers and colleagues. As a long volunteer for Oldham County Day, she is excited to be a part of the 2022 parade. Join us in wishing Judge Goodwin the best of luck in the upcoming election, and she kindly asks for your support and vote. And she does have a group of people.
Do you smell the lavender?
I do.
I think you're going to see the curbside bin bath.
Oh, I know. We talked about that, Bill.
This is a unique business. If you don't know about it, they come and wash your trash cans, which if you have your cans stored inside the garage, you know what nasty it is when they go bad.
And
so they will come over. They quickly, in an not economical, I'm trying to say ecological, friendly way. And then when they leave, your can is clean and smells like lavender.
And look, it's got little bubbles coming out of the back.
You can find them on Facebook, and they like to let everybody know that they are a locally owned business. So for our fire trucks, we got another retro unit. Now, who's sending that? I don't remember seeing that before.
We are now looking at the Area 8 Girl Scouts. They're the young ladies of our friends today and change makers for tomorrow. Join in the Girl Scout movement in Oldham County. And after the parade, everybody go down and see their booth. They have a booth on Main Street. And they will have prizes.
Louisa Fire Department. Wow. I didn't realize we had units coming from that far away.
I didn't either.
A convertible. Now they've got a driver in the back.
I know, because it's that big, yeah.
Oldham County High School Colonels cheerleader team. The Oldham County High School cheerleaders are coached by Elizabeth Harper and Tina Arnold, with help from Jessica Gavin and Kennedy. I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I'm going to try it. Abdelghani. Kennedy Abdelghani. The team is made up of 30 members, 9 of which are seniors. The young ladies cheer at varsity football, basketball games. They hold high academic standards, and many are involved in other extracurricular activities as well. We appreciate their appearing in the parade again this year. And if you want more information on it, you know where to go. OldhamCountyKentucky.gov.
There's the high school football team.
All right, we have our third band, the North
Oldham High School Band
out of Goshen, Kentucky. We're going to take a little pause here and let you listen to them. North Oldham High School Marching Band?
They placed 7th in the state last year, Bill, and their all-time high school for their 2022 show, Eyes on the Road, will premiere this August.
And they're joined today by some recent alumni. Filling out the ranks there.
And we'll have the South Oldham High School class of 1982. They'll be celebrating their 40th reunion. Hi, guys.
"1982, that year sounds familiar to me for some reason." Oh, that's right. I got married that year.
Is that what it was? Well, then I ought to be familiar to you then, Bill. Oh, that's the Lash Shop, and we talked about this. This is they do eyelashes, and it is something new here in Oldham County. That's all the information that we have on it, but it's called the Lash Shop.
When we come back, we'll have more parade units. Don't go anywhere.
It's a plastic bottle.
An empty water bottle.
It's a water bottle.
A empty water bottle.
This isn't empty anything. This is something full of potential.
I guess this is it's a renewable resource.
Nature has a biological metabolism where one thing's waste becomes another thing's food. So if I look at something like a plastic bottle, I don't see waste. I see a nutrient.
This is raw material?
So if this is raw material, people need to start thinking about it that way.
It could come back as a bottle, of course.
We only have to make this virgin material one time, and the rest of it's up to you. We get the bottle back, we'll make this bottle out of recycled content again.
We see everything from clothing to carpets, toys, at Shaw Industries. They take billions of bottles like this, polyester, and they turn it into fibers, into essentially textiles, and by spinning it into threads. And then they use those fibers to weave and tuft carpet. And those can then be, again, recycled. These processes mean we can develop systems to collect all this material because it's valuable. Plastics can be put into continuous reuse.
I'm going to spend a lot of my time in the next couple of years helping to create a system where there's a lot of recycled content material available for people like our company and others to get this material back and use it again.
This is worth something.
So now, I guess I see a lot of possibilities in this bottle.
I really love the idea of endless reuse.
Today, it's a bottle. Tomorrow, it can be something else.
Welcome back to the Oldham County Day Parade coverage by the Project Guild of LaGrange. Here's our new sheriff.
This is Tim Wakefield. As a former major of Oldham County Police, Tim Wakefield is a veteran Oldham Countyan. But this year he joins us as your next Oldham County Sheriff. Tim won the primary election in May and will be replacing Steve Sparrow, who is retiring the end of this year. Thanks, Tim Wakefield, and thank you for joining us today. And this is the Oldham County bus. This is our public bus for Oldham County.
Annie, where do you think they could find more information on the Oldham County bus service?
At our website.
OldhamCountyKY.gov. It's the hub of all activity. Come on to there and find the link you're looking for, and you will take you right to it. Oldham County Chamber and Economic Development is next up, and it looks They've got a cutout of somebody in the back of that truck.
Who wonder who that is? I just see a blank page.
It's the mystery guest.
It is the mystery guest.
Oh my goodness, it's the Oldham
County of the Year.
Miss Ann Brown.
And I look so skinny there, Bill. I love that. I hope they saved me that.
And we have a new Oldham County clerk taking in this year.
Yes, there's Amy Alvey.
Amy's been in the courthouse a long time. Maybe a lot of people will
Hi,
have known
Amy.
her from planning and zoning.
Yes.
And she's got your old job.
She's got my old job. Or she will have my old job. I think what we're seeing, I believe it's the River Lotus line dance. I believe that's what that is. The line dance is a traditional dance that can be found throughout East Asia. It is called the line dance because stories of the African lion were transferred along the Silk Road and fascinated the many minds throughout Eastern communities. There's Judge McKenna. She's our present judge.
They're coming fast and furious.
Now the Army Jeeps. No, let's see, who is this?
Well,
one?
before that, we're going to see the National American Miss Kentucky Queens. 2021 National American Miss Kentucky Royalty. Alexis Wise, Miss Kentucky Junior Teen from LaGrange. Malum Francis, Miss Kentucky Preteen. And Hannah Martin, Miss Kentucky Teen, both from Louisville. Laurel Preston from Stanford, and Samantha Young from Lexington. Welcome to the parade.
And there's the Army Jeeps, Bill.
That's the Kilroy group.
That's the Kilroy.
John Guthridge there in the front seat. That group restores and shows off. Maybe that's a good
that probably
show what they've been doing.
Yeah, that probably would be a good way to put it, Bill.
But they restore these old units to their former glory and then bring them out so people can enjoy them.
I don't know what.
Gosh, I love this American flag coming down the street.
I know it.
Lindsay Tishner.
Let's take a quick break.
Okay, we'll be back right after this.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
There's one of Oldham County's favorite citizens and our former...
Is that Tony Elsie?
That is Kyra Elsie. Kyra was our Grand Marshal.
Hi, Kyra!
And came up and joined us. Kyra has a new foundation that she's bringing out.
Yes, and matter of fact, that's going to be on display at one of our booths,
It's called On the Five Foundation. Of course, Kyra is the head coach for the University of Kentucky women's basketball program. I'm wearing a UK hat today in honor of Kyra and the University of Kentucky Wildcats. She's here today to kick off her new foundation, On the Five, which targets young women athletes grades 6 to 8. She's starting in her home county by holding a one-day camp August 6th at the Oldham County High School.
And the purpose of her foundation is to give these girls the tools that they need to achieve their heart's desire. The core value of family, accountability, hard work, discipline, and servant leadership. And of course, Kyra is our own homegrown girl.
Go Cats!
Yes, I can definitely say go Cats.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back to the Oldham County Day Parade, and as you can see, we've been joined by another guest, Mayor John Black. Welcome, John.
What a day,
Judge.
What a day. I tell you what, I was leading this parade and I walked back through it and there must be 600 floats in this parade today. So, big day for Oldham County.
It really is. And it's been a big year for the city of LaGrange.
Tell us some of the newest things that have happened in
I
La
tell you what,
Grande.
we got it going on in LaGrange and we want everybody to be a part of it. We have just a recent opening of the Springs Park here in downtown that features a farmer's market as of this morning, a splash pad for the kids, and we just signed a new contract on our most recent thing, a 300,000 plus skateboard park, in addition to what we've already done just in the last 2 weeks.
Well, now, John, yeah, congratulations. And I understand is the flowers and the everything going to be open on Tuesdays as well as?
Yes, the farmers market have a number of vendors who would like to do more than just a Saturday morning, so they also have a farmers market every Tuesday night.
Okay, somebody said, are they just going to be selling flowers, or are they going to be selling everything?
They're going to be selling anything that you would like.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so
Okay.
I don't know what all they're selling, but it'd be the typical everything days at the farmers market.
Okay, so that's on Tuesday nights?
Yes, ma'am, every week.
Wow.
Every week. I think from 5 till 7, something like that, in the farmers market pavilion.
John, I remember 20 years ago seeing an artist's conception of putting a park around the Springs, because that's, of course, where it started. The crossroads and the Springs, it's what it was all about and why we were formed here. What was it that got you over the edge to finally get this project done?
A lot of hard work, saving money. This all was a visionary from years ago on having 2 bookends to the downtown area, one being a park on one end of the street and a really nice train museum on the other end, thus tying both ends of the street together and trying to get the visitors, the tourists, the tourism component, and people trying to move from one end of our town to the other. So this is just another piece of that idea that's continuing to grow here in LaGrange.
Well, now, John, I noticed when HGTV came to LaGrange, you were quite prominent in the
program.
Well, what I wanted to say is about the you're number one, and they were showing where they did the pictures of the people when they would stand under it. They would be number one for the kindness capital.
Right.
For the kindness capital.
Yes, ma'am. They intended to leave that I out, but once you stay in there and you be the I of the kind word, and that was done by the artist or the muralist to do that, and. We can't say enough about these young ladies who have started this idea here in Oldham County, and it's gone national. We've been on, I've been on NBC TV with Hoda and Jenna about these little girls. So it's just that plus HGTV is putting LaGrange, Kentucky on the map, in my opinion.
Well, good. I hope so, and I think it'll continue to get better and better and better.
Supposedly 31 million folks saw the show throughout the country, and
31 million. That's
yes,
amazing.
yeah, that's what the idea was. But if you can see what we're doing here today in LaGrange, this is what it's all about: is community coming together. This is such a great day, and have a lot of kids having fun, enjoying themselves, and it's just such a great thing that kids can come together in an environment and hopefully be safe.
And you know what, John? We have been so blessed to have good leadership, and we have been so blessed to have the peace and the calmness, and it's just a quaint little town.
Yeah, it's all of us have been around a while. You know, we have public service in our blood. I would love for some of the younger folks to step up and fill in where we are, and I think we're seeing some of that with some of the new elected persons in office. So it's time that some of the new people with great ideas and good public service within their blood to step up and fill in where you left off, Ann. You were our county clerk here and did a magnificent job, but
Well, John, I will have to say this too. One of your talents, and it's always been from the very beginning, you are such a stickler for making sure that the town, the city of LaGrange, is kept in immaculate condition. And you are, and even when you were county judge, that was one of your priorities, to make sure that everybody would be proud of LaGrange and Oldham County.
Yeah, well, when you're born and raised in a town such as this and grew up right here in the drugstores, the pool rooms, the things that were on Main Street, you just have a love for a town, and you don't want it see to be in disregard in any way. So that's the reason I take the interest in this town that I do.
Well, we appreciate that, and I think we need to wind this up, but we sure do appreciate.
Before we go,
okay.
I do want to hit something else. We want people to come visit LaGrange, and a good way to do that is by contacting City Hall. But there is a tourism commission that's forming.
We have a tourism commission, yes.
And what's the process of getting a hold of those folks there? What's the process of the organization?
Well, they have.
It's new. It's only been in about a year.
It's about a year, but it's fairly new, and they receive their monies from hotel stays in our city. And Tourism Commission is doing a lot of good things already, and they are just an agency that has the revenue to promote our city, and that's what we're doing. We're hoping that as we reconstruct our interchange here at LaGrange, we're going to have a new entryway idea, and hopefully that can help be funded through our tourism. As people come off the interstate, they're going to be once again welcome to our city through some kind of idea that we're working on right now down at I-71 and 53. I want to not fail to mention our other effort going on, and we're taking these alleys in our city and transforming them into most neatest cultural history places. Even today, we have 10 muralists that are in the alleys painting murals on the back of these buildings. So that's another feature we have going, and hopefully as that goes forward, people will come to the city and enjoy that as well. But once again, thank you all. Project Guild, how many years is this, Ann? 51 or 52? 51 years we've been doing this. And I was probably in the first Project Guild parade.
You were.
So people are getting tired of seeing me, but I just keep on coming back. And one of these days I will be gone. But thank you all so much for what you all do.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, John. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
We're going to take a quick break as the Oldham County Bass Club passes by us, and we'll be right back.
Reduce, reuse, recycle, in that order. Great things come in small packages, and you can never have enough of a great thing, right? Problem is, that's a lot of packaging. That's why the first step in the 3 R's is to reduce. Luckily, we've got choices. Good things can also come in one big package, using less of our resources now, saving more for later. And that's why reduce comes first in reduce, reuse, recycle. In a close second comes reuse, because that empty container is no one-hit wonder. With a little reinvention, it can live another day, and that's one less new product that needs to be manufactured, meaning one more lick here for everyone, and one more lick here for you. Step 2 can be found nearly everywhere, but it goes by many names. Some know it as rechargeable, others as donatable, and many more as machine washable, making all of these things reusable and, in a way, reducible. But that brings us to the fan favorite, the pretty sister of the 3 R's, recycle. Everyone is chanting your number 1, but they should be chanting your number 3. Don't get me wrong, 3 is still great. Trash can only ranks in at 2,082, just ahead of Feed It to an Infant, so 3 is up there. But there is a reason why there are another 2 in front of it, because the recycling process still uses plenty of resources in itself. But that is to make sure that we aren't turning the Rocky Mountains into landfills, a noble effort, so there's no question about it. But the point to remember is that there are easier paths. So the next time you see one of these on the bottom of one of those, consider all 3 steps in order: reduce, reuse, recycle.
As the last bass boat comes by, boy, I don't know how you get into that as a sport. That's terrific.
I know.
And this is a very active group here.
And then here comes the Oldham County Democratic Party. Yes, and the Oldham County Democratic Party is joined by candidates Charles Booker, Matthew Lehman, Brian Easley, Kate Truman, Maria Sorrells, and Karen Chateau. Now, if I pronounced the names wrong, forgive me.
You can contact us, though, and let us know about it through our Facebook page, or we'll plug it again, oldhamcountyky.gov.
They're the Oldham County Library.
When we come back, we'll have more parade units. Don't go anywhere.
My name is Howard Schachter, and I am president of Plasticycle Technologies. 56 billion bottles are generated every year. In the past, only 15, maybe 20% of those bottles have been recycled. We are dedicated to resource recovery. We're not only taking a waste material that is damaging to our landfills across the country, we're also dedicated to returning these materials into useful products in many industries. We receive bottles by truck transport, and they come in and they are what we classify as baled form, compacted into anywhere from 700 to 1,000 pound parcels prepared for us so that we can handle them with forklift equipment. The driver unloads them and takes them directly into a process area that consists of 2 parallel conveyors, and they are broken and then dispersed onto the belts that are part of the conveying system. This process is designed to handle specifically PET bottles, which is short for polyethylene terephthalate plastics. The ultraviolet light detects contaminants within the bottle stream. The contaminated bottles are removed before grinding. The grinder consists of a rotary drum with knives that are spaced properly, and they attack and shred every bottle as it passes through. The bottles are retained into the grinder because we have a screening device within the grinder that takes the bottle shreds down to 1/4 to 3/8 inch. The plastic chips are then delivered to a paper separator. An airflow is continuously moving and enabling the lighter paper particles to separate from the plastic chips. With paper now removed, the chips go forward by conveyor into a water bath. A proprietary soap compound is added to 170-degree water in an effort to remove contaminants, so the chips are now prepared to go forward. The material, contaminant-free, is now moved out with another conveyor, and that moves across into a dewatering station. Any residual soap compound and contaminants are washed from the chip. Stage 1 is just continued cleansing and soap removals. Stage 2 is final rinsing in preparation for drying. Here the PET plastic chips sink to the bottom while the polypropylene caps rise to the top and are skimmed off continuously. Material passes from the rinse baths through a centrifugal heated dryer en route to the cyclone prior to packaging. Chips are now ready for market, and the next time you lace a shoe, don a shirt, pick up a tote bag, or walk on a carpet, there's a good chance that you're using our product. Just as the bottles are being recycled, so is the water that's employed in the process. All the water from every station gets taken out and is continuously cycling through our water recycling system. The use of recycled plastics is another way of reducing global warming and eliminating the cluttering of landfills across the country.
Welcome back to the Oldham County Day Parade, and as you can see, we've been joined by our County Judge Executive, David Vogel. He's also our executive producer of the show. You got to get the boss on. But seriously, Judge,
sure.
It's good to have you on, and we really want to get an update. There's so many things going on in Oldham County right now.
Yes,
Judge,
there is.
before you get started, tell us about the courthouse.
All right, everybody's asking about the courthouse. Okay, today is, what is today, July 17th?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this,
16.
Sorry. Well, the information I'll give is accurate as of July 16th or 17th. 2022. Right now, the architect has finished all the plans for the courthouse. The plans weren't able to be totally finished until the old building was moved. As you know, the old building was moved 3 times, once back, once over, and then again forward, and it's sitting in its permanent resting place right now, which is a little surprisingly a little closer to the street than it seems a little different to see it there, but it looks good. It's in its permanent resting place. So the architect has finished the plans. They have gone to what's called the administrative office of the courts for a final review in regard to state guidelines and statutes and everything they have to check out. Then we expect to have that maybe by early September back, which is just a couple weeks. And then at that point, our construction manager will publicize and send all of the specifications out to as many bidders as we can generate, people who are interested in doing construction on various aspects of the courthouse. The exterior building, the plumbing, the electrical, the interior woodworking,
the designs,
flooring, all the things that are going to happen there, and the lighting. So we're hoping that we'll have an adequate number of bids to come back, probably by early October, and then we'll be opening, I think, sometime in October. The bids will be opened at a special meeting. There'll be more bids that we could open in fiscal court, so we'll call a public meeting, and generally what happens is all the vendors will show up at that meeting to hear where their bid fell in relation to the overall package. So, and then once those bids, we'll examine those bids. Weir will help the fiscal court and me determine who is going to be getting these bids based on, generally it's on the lowest bidder, but not always. The state statute says we can take the best bid. So if Joe Smith, who has never I'm just making that name up, who's never bid on anything in relation to a courthouse before or any major project, throws in the low bid, we'll probably have to throw that out. We want experienced people who know what they're going to do and be able to do. And this, being this an inflationary time, this
what a nightmare.
Yeah, it throws an extra spectrum in here because some of the bidders are going to be bidding on parts of the courthouse that they will not deliver for maybe a year and a half. So they're wondering, the price is going to escalate in that time. The courthouse, the cost of the courthouse has gone from about 22 or 23 million to over 40 million because of this inflationary spiral we're in. I want to make it really clear that the Oldham County Fiscal Court is committed $2.5 million to this project, and the state of Kentucky is responsible for the rest. Now, we get a rental charge for the courthouse. The county owns the courthouse, but the state pays rent. The rent that is paid is equal to the cost of the money we borrow, principal and interest, to repay back over 20 years. So right now, that's all in balance. But if the thing through the bidding process jumps up another $5 or $10 million, we'll have to go back to the legislature for an additional allocation. If we don't get it, I'm not sure what happens.
Growth isn't always easy. You know, sometimes growth has a little pain involved.
Right.
And Judge, I can remember you talking about sometimes there's just a problem of getting the materials. Sometimes you can't get the materials. They are supposed to order something. Maybe it's gone up 3 times what it was to begin with. Maybe you can't get the supplies.
Right. The supply chain is more than even just the person you're buying it from. He's putting things together based on materials he's buying from other people. Other people may be able to get those materials, or they may be on one of these ships offshore in California we hear about that are stacking up out there and can't get unloaded. It's just we've had problems with other things we bought in the county government that we've waited for months and months to have these things delivered. We've all seen the cars that have been parked at the Oldham County Fairgrounds. Right. Ford Motors put a bunch of cars in there because they couldn't get a certain type of electronic chip to do something that had to be in that car.
Well, Judge, did they have to move those for the fair?
Yeah, right. That's exactly right. They had to, I don't know where they went, but they had to get them out of there because the Oldham County Fair is going to begin in just a couple of weeks. So they had to basically leave.
Well, can you, Judge, can you go into a little bit of detail and tell us some things about the parks?
Yes.
The new things?
We're very interested in trying to have our parks be a really enjoyable space for everybody in the community. And each of our parks has a certain, let's say, sort of unique interest to it. Wendell Moore Park has had the pool, which is being renovated. We had each year at the end of the season gotten a report from a pool consulting company on what was not functioning right there. We paid them to go in and fix it. We fixed it and fixed it and fixed it, different things over different years, but we finally reached the point where we just couldn't go any further, and we had to make a decision to renovate the pool. We did that.
And Gary Parsons asked me to emphasize the pool will be reopened.
Yeah.
Right. Our goal is to have it reopened by early next summer. Okay, we like to open on Labor Day. We're not sure. We're at the mercy of these suppliers.
Absolutely.
As well.
Here we go again.
You know, I mean, and then getting a contractor. I mean, design and plans are being drawn by a consultant right now for that. They have to go out to bid. Bidding takes basically a month before you get the bids back. Then you select somebody. Are they able to start the job the next day? Or they say, well, we're low bidder, but we can't start for 3 weeks or a month.
Oh my.
Stuff happens that puts time into the equation, that everybody's in a hurry. We're in a hurry too, but just can't make a guy go faster than what he'll go or he can go. So we're going to fix that. Wendell Moore is known for that, and our fireworks and picnics, our community center. The Peggy Baker Park has the South Oldham Little League. They've done a great job of making that a beautiful ballpark, and we've kept the other part nice with a dog to run and playground equipment. We have Briar Hill Park, that's a nice park.
And Westport.
And we're working on Schombeck Park.
Oh yeah.
We have plans. Again, we're at the stage where a design has been drawn, but the next thing is hiring somebody to actually do the construction plans based on what we're going to do next. The overall cost of the project there is estimated to be about $6.5 million. Well, the fiscal court has to decide if we're going to do it all at once or take a shopping list approach to it and pick out, we're going to do this, this, and this. Maybe start at the river and work back further into the park. I don't know at this point what the court's going to decide, but we're close to having the plans to put out, and I think what they decide on the progress that'll be made there, how soon it'll be made, will be based on what the cost of the thing comes back. Right now it's estimated to be at $6.5 million, so that's a pretty good lick too. But we want that park. It's a good park for boaters. They love it. We would like. It's a beautiful scenery down there from the sweep of the Ohio River is probably the most magnificent view of anything we have in Oldham County.
Yeah, it is.
And others are entitled to go there with their families who don't want to go on the water but would like to enjoy the park and have playground equipment and maybe basketball game, do other things that we can do there. So I think it will be a very attractive park when we get it. We've been at it for a while. We have, I don't want to say pecked at it because we have spent $200,000 or $300,000 every time we've moved forward, but we've removed about 6 houses from that around in that park, and I wouldn't be adverse to trying to expand it a little further if we can get it, but we've kind of gone with the flow as the opportunities have arisen, and so we're there.
Okay, well, I want.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, there's one other thing, and I wanted to particularly thank you and Fiscal Court for, because when I see the signs that say that there is a wreck or a problem on the expressways, either east or south or north or west, I think it's wonderful. It stops me from getting on the expressway, and I really want to thank you for that, and thank Fiscal Court. And
well, thank you. I mean, we all realize that just the topography here and decisions that were made by our fathers and grandfathers over the years as to where the roads would go and how the county would be laid out. They had no idea of what we would be experiencing today. You know, even when I came to this county, I think there's about 35,000 people, and we're pushing 70 right now. So we don't have enough roads, and the freeway has helped a lot, but our freeway is jammed all day long. We have somewhere between 70 and 80,000 vehicles a day. I believe, I've been told, about 12 to 13,000 trucks a day. Well, that's 500 trucks an hour if you ever.
And with the construction, I mean, it's a mess.
So to pull out there and be stuck is something we've tried to avoid by putting up these signs. And I would have honestly preferred a sign that told you exactly what mile marker, a sign with letter and words on it that told you where this accident was and how long we anticipated it and so forth. But the cost of that was about we spent $140,000 on these signs. It had been over $500,000 for the type of sign that I would have preferred, but we went with what we could do, and I think it's been helpful. A lot of people have told me that, hey, I was on my way to the airport and saw that sign, and I took another route. And, so, you know, but I've seen people still, the sign will be flashing. I see people pull out there and think, well, you made your decision, you knew what it was, and you're prepared. You're prepared to sit there, so I don't want to hear from you.
Well, Judge, there's a lot of things going on, but one of the better ways of finding out is through Facebook. You guys do a really nice job of updating your page.
Yeah, they do.
And it gives an interactive possibility, so people can leave their opinions on things.
And I'm sure you get a lot of that.
You know, you're not afraid to get out there and talk to people, and when they disagree, you're not afraid to explain the position.
I try to not antagonize people, but let people know where we are. It's just the nature of our times is that people have just generally partial information before they jump out and make a comment or decision. Everything has more depth and complexity to it than most people realize. I didn't realize it when I got into government. You learn it when you're in it and you are trying to push something forward, but you find out that there are many barriers in front of you that you have to overcome. Sometimes state, sometimes federal, local planning and zoning, topography issues, money issues. People say all the time, I'd like a stop sign over here. We need one right there. Well, I may agree with that, but you just can't snap your fingers and get one. The state has a certain amount of money available every year for stoplights.
Right.
They put them in on these state highways. We've got 120 counties in this state, and virtually everybody in the county wants a stoplight every year. Well, they just can't keep up with the demand or the amount of money that's involved in doing it. So I put in a stoplight. Once I stood at the intersection of Highway 329 and 22, which is Waldeck intersection. I saw many ladies there afraid to take a left. There were fear in their eyes that they were going to get T-boned. I stood there with a sign when I was running for office the first time. I said, if you'll elect me, I'll get a stop sign or a stoplight at this location. I did get one there. It took me 7 years to be able to get that accomplished. Not because I wasn't trying, but I had to make 6 runs at it before I was able to get over the top. They said, we got to have more traffic here at this location. You're busy at some times of the day, but not others. We had to keep trying to get the average traffic going through there high enough all day long to justify that sign.
Well, the county has shown their support for you through re-elections multiple times.
Yes.
And we're proud that you could join us today. We really appreciate that. We're going to punch up the website again, oldhamcountyky.gov. Go there and you will find links to all kinds of things from our Facebook page or Oldham County TV, the government offices, and if you want to leave a comment there for the judge, he'll read it, I promise.
Right.
Judge, thanks for joining us today.
Hey,
we'll be back after this break to wind things up.
Thank you, Judge.
Well, Ann, the 2022 Oldham County Day Beacon Parade has come to a close.
It sure has.
It's been a lot of fun.
It has.
More fun than I think we've had any year past.
And the weather's been great.
Perfect again as usual. Thanks to Grand Marshals Ryland and Reagan Richens for showing that you are never too young to make a difference. This year's parade chair, Lauren Kuntz and Judge Diane Wheeler. We appreciate their organization of the event. Things went off just beautifully. All the members of the Project Guild of LaGrange for all the volunteer hours they put in, not just for Oldham County Day, but all year long to make the community a better place to live and work.
Thank you, Bill. On behalf of Project Guild, I'd like to thank our 2022 sponsor, Jay and Debbie Hall with Insurance Associates, who invite you to join their family to ensure what's most important in your life.
Thanks to our guest today on the broadcast, Oldham County Judge Executive David Vogel, LaGrange Mayor John Black, LaGrange Main Street, easy for me to say, LaGrange Main Street Director Teresa Bowling, and Tour Oldham Director Kim Buckler-Hides, and a special note, happy anniversary, Kim and Greg. Thank you to Covenant United Methodist Church, LaGrange Elementary, and Cornerstone Family Church for allowing us to stage the parade at their locations. Thanks to all the folks marching in today's parade, all the people involved with preparing the floats, planning logistics, all the things that are necessary to make it happen. We applaud everybody for their unselfish gift of your time.
Amen. We also appreciate all the support Project Guild receives from the City of LaGrange, Mayor John Black, and all the city employees that have been preparing for everyone to attend today. Thank you, Russ Rhodes and the Water Department for our stage. LaGrange Public Works Director Corey Rusnick, great job, and thank you, thank you, thank you.
Manning the street level cameras, Macy McDowell. Hard to believe that after she's been with us all those years, that little girl is now a freshman at Western Kentucky University. Good luck with your college career, Macy. Thanks for your help. Our director, Jay McDowell, here with us on stage, editing everything together. Jay is the heart of Oldham County Television. He's the day-to-day operations person.
Our spotters, Melissa Horn, Jim Urban, Jim 2.0 Sullivan, and Gary Parsons. They are so important to keep us organized. To my co-host and writer, Bill Snyder, and his wife, Patty. And Bill, I want to especially say thank you. You are the one that puts this together. You do all the writing. You keep me organized. You keep yourself organized. And I want to just especially say thank you and what a pleasure it is to work with you every year. I also know what is happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be your 40th wedding anniversary.
It is indeed.
Okay, and everybody in the city of LaGrange, the county of Oldham, everybody wants to say thank you, thank you, thank you, and have an enjoyable day.
Well, you oversell me, but thank you very much. I love you. To my wife, Patty, happy anniversary, hon. Thanks, and likewise to you, former county clerk, Project Guild member, and our 2022 Oldham County of the Year, Miss Ann Brown.
Thank you. And especially to our viewers, on behalf of Oldham County Fiscal Court Magistrates and County Judge Executive David Vogel, we thank you for joining us. This broadcast and all the programming in Oldham County Television is provided as a public service to our community.
We'll remind you one more time to check out the county website at oldhamcountyky.gov for links to Oldham County TV, our Facebook, and all things Oldham.
Think of it as your owner's manual for living in Oldham County.
There you go. There's new content all the time, so we hope you'll tune in, tell your neighbors about it, like and share that page. We appreciate that.
All right, and we invite you to contact us via the website or Facebook. We'd love to hear your comments and know that you watched and what you thought about what happened.
So until we meet again, thank you for joining us for the Oldham County Day Parade, and goodbye
from the historic LaGrange in Oldham County, Kentucky, USA.